Alright, what is going on, my dudes? So we're back here today with a full run of AQ Map 7 Day 5. So we've actually moved the Sayeth Doom modifier to Day 5. Now, when the new epic mods first came out, that's the one everybody did on Day 1, and it was a freaking nightmare. But now it's been adjusted, and the way it works now is that every 45 seconds, you have to either intercept or debuff, use a bar of power, or dodge. If you bring a Fantastic Four member, you only have to do one of those. If you don't, two of them. If you use a Fantastic Four member, you don't even have to worry about it. The global boosts for this, we have the Foresight, and then we also have Cosmic plus 40% and Tech minus 40%. So I'm going to be using my rank 3 Ghost and my rank 5 5-star Corvus. So Corvus is going to be hitting really hard, and Ghost is still going to be hitting like a freaking truck, man, especially on our first path here, which is Caltrops. Obviously, Ghost is just hands down the best option for Caltrops anywhere, and you'll see why pretty much right here. Like right off the bat, man, like we're hitting for over 20k mediums. It's just kind of ridiculous. Like I don't always do the phase 1 hit, but on this variation of this map, you know, I have I have Can't Touch Me in Section 3, and I have Caltrops in Section 1, so I can't really do any light attacks in Section 3, and I don't really have a reason to in Section 1 because of how much extra damage I get when I dash back. I get the Passive Furies. So up next we have Ultron here. Now, I have buffed up in Section 2, and basically I'm just really going to try to get him to evade, and sometimes he doesn't, but right off the bat he did evade this time, so that's really nice. So now no matter what happens, we're going to be going into Section 2 with 2 charges, which is all I need to do buffed up. But the way we have it worked out is that later on in Section 1, I also take an Emma Frost that's on a different path, just in case he doesn't evade. And the person who does usually have that Emma Frost, he's usually asleep by that time anyway. Sometimes not, so it does work out very nicely. But as you can see, Corvus is hitting like an absolute truck because he does have that 40% attack boost, and that Cosmic boost really does go a long way for Corvus, man, let me tell you. Just because his crits are already so ridiculous. But up next we have an Abomination. So this is kind of like a double whammy for Ghost Man. When we hit her, we're going to be getting the poisons. When we dash back, we're going to be getting the bleeds. So she's just going to be popping those Passive Furies like it's her freaking job, man. Like she literally hits so hard on this path. It's unbelievable. I think I did mess up right here. I accidentally took a little combo to the face. You know what to do. Just pretend like you didn't see that, alright? But at this point, I'm going to toss off a little heavy here, and I'm going to end the fight with the Special 2. Unfortunately, I can't fit Wasp on my team, so you are going to see me parrying a couple times, just to be safe, just because it's one of those things where, like, if I do mess up, like, the Special 2, you know, it's Map 7 Day 5, so I'm probably gonna die because of how much attack the opponents have, and it's just, I don't ever want to use items in AQ, so I always play AQ pretty safely, man. That's why I don't upload too many like full AQ videos, because I feel like they're kind of boring. But I guess if you don't run Map 7, it may be interesting for you, so if you're enjoying this video, I'm very glad. Do me a favor, pop a like then because of that. And if you want to see more AQ runs, let me know in the comment section below. I'm more than happy to upload them. But yeah, this is the Emma Frost I was talking about before. Yeah, she's just dropping down too, and even if it was like the week where Cosmic was minus 40%, Corvus would still be really great for all this stuff. You could also use Corvus for pretty much this entire path. Way back when, I've been taking this path actually for like over a year at this point, like throughout different alliances, and I used to just use Corvus for that Abomination too. I would just be doing the rest of AQ Map 7 with 1 HP. But here we have a Yondu, and yeah, we have Yondu on Caltrops again, and keep in mind, this is Day 5 of Map 7 in a very high prestige top 15 alliance. So like, this is about as tough as it gets here, and they're dying in like 10 hits in 20 seconds with Ghost. It's crazy. And I mean, she is a rank 3, keep in mind. This is like a rank 3 Ghost with minus 40% health. So it's overall, it's very impressive what she does. When that minus 40% is not there, it's crazy, man. Like, she's absolutely bonkers. But yeah, here we have a Doctor Strange. This is the last node on the first path in section 1 here. And yeah, it's pretty simple with him, especially because of the way he gains power. You know what, when the thing with map 7 is that occasionally they don't cooperate, the AI doesn't cooperate for Ghost the way you want them to. And I think you saw that in the Abomination fight where he was backing up instead of being aggressive towards me. But you know, sometimes you just gotta deal with that. Alright, so up next we have the buffed up path in section 2. Now I have 3 charges on Corvus now. We also have plus 40% from the global, so we're gonna be hitting like a freaking truck now, man. We also have that little passive fury from Foresight, which is also from the global buff here. All right, so pretty much in 2 or 3 basic combos and 1 special one, this Rocket Raccoon is just dead, man. Now this is just a 5-star Corvus still. My 6-star Corvus is right now still only rank 2, so until he's rank 3, I'm still going to be rocking with my 5-star rank 5 because I'm not going to awaken my 6-star until I can get him to rank 3 officially. You know what I mean? Just in case I could potentially dupe him. That would be great. I would love for that to happen naturally. But at this point, man, I'm just going through it and just trying to end these fights as quickly as I possibly can. I'm not doing like parry, medium, light, medium. I don't really have a reason to do that at this point, especially because in my next path, which is the Can't Touch Me node, I have to be a lot more conservative. So at this point, I just want to blitz through this path as fast as I possibly can, man. This Punisher 2099 can potentially be a little bit annoying on like day 4s and 5 when, you know, he tosses that special 1 or special 2 into your block. So I am trying to bait out his dash attack so he doesn't have the opportunity to hit into my block. Especially if you're playing at like 1 HP with Corvus, then it can definitely be problematic. So for this Mordo, I am going to start this fight with a light attack actually. So I'm going to be tapping the light attack as soon as I enter the fight here, right there. This isn't a tactic that I would use in like Alliance War, but this is a tactic that I would use whenever the opponent doesn't have any form of parry where I can, you know, pretty much get punished for doing it. And I'm only going to do it in certain matchups. Why am I doing it against Mordo? Well, you know, obviously he has the whole Astral Evade thing, and I can't fit Proxima on the team, so it's just easier to just keep plowing right through the fights. I did that all 5 days this week, and it happened just like that every single time. Up next, we have a Red Skull. This could potentially be a pretty beefy Red Skull for people, because he does start with 2 bars of power, and anybody else except for Corvus could potentially have not the best time with this guy, because he does have all those armor breaks, or the armor up buffs, and if you don't know how to dex his special 2 fully, you know, it could be a bit of a difficult fight. But when you're using Corvus, dude, and you break all of those armors, and you have plus 40% Cosmic, he's dead in 2 combos, basically, man. I'm gonna parry here, I'm gonna just do like 2 more hits and he's just flushed down the toilet there, man. It's just crazy. Like, it's absolutely crazy what Corvus does in map 7. Corvus is still the king of map 7. It's not even close for me. So up next, we have a really funny attempt on this Thing mini boss. So this is the Thing mini boss that they supposedly nerfed. You know, they took away Mighty Charge and they took away Mesmerize, but they added Do Not Go Gentle, and they added, worst of all, Footloose. And the thing with Footloose is that you already have to manage his Unstoppable when it comes to the rock stacks, but now, every single time he tosses a special attack, well, he's going to be getting Unstoppable that way too, and also the kinetic transference is going to consistently push him over bars of powers, or power. So, like, at this point, man, it's like there's still only a couple decent options for this fight. Quake is still like by far the way to go. This is really funny right here. So he comes right in with a really cheeky light attack and just combos me to hell, dude. But it's all good. We got our Quake guy to get him down right away, right after that. I was only using Torch for literally that one fight. I figured I'd just toss him in there. So up next, I'm going to be taking this entire path linked because Brian Grant was still streaming, and I'm a very, very impatient boy. So basically, this is Can't Touch Me. So the way that works is when I'm using Corvus, okay, I'm going to have to do parry, medium, medium, alright? Unless I brought like Proxima with me. But also, I have Size Matters and Particle Protector coming in from the link from Brian's path. Now I could have waited for him to clear me, but I figured it was just easier for me to go through it. I did that like 3 out of 5 days this week. It's not too hard to take this path linked, it's just some extra health. And when you have a fully boosted up Corvus, well, it's pretty simple, man. The name of the game here is I just want to build up to a special 2, and that's pretty much going to end the fight. I just have to be pretty conservative with my charges here. Because of the particle protector and the size matters node, it is possible for my attacks to glance, but I did notice that isn't happening for the most part when they're stunned. So with Corvus, I usually do just go parry, medium whenever I'm taking that linked. Up next, we have a classic Spider-Man, and this is not going to be linked. It's just can't touch this. And also one other node that's, I think it's like an unblockable special 1 or something like that. But I'm going with the Ghost here, and I'm going to be saving Corvus for one more fight that I have linked. And with Ghost, yeah, I don't have Wasp with me, so unfortunately, you're going to have to see me parry a couple times, go for a quick light attack, and then toss off the big special 2. You know, I could do the whole bait the heavy thing or bait the dash attack in thing, but when it comes to AQ at this point, AQ day 5, map 7, you know, the attack values are so high that one little mistake could cost you a revive and a potion, and I just don't want to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and be lame and just parry and toss off a special 2. Alright, now keep in mind, I'm not going to be able to toss off any heavy attacks with the Ghost because of the can't touch this, so I'm not going to be able to be getting any Furies aside from the 2 passive Furies that I do start the fight with. So she's not going to be hitting as hard as she can as a rank 3, so it's not the most impressive damage in the entire world, but I'll tell you one thing, man, it's a lot better than she was doing at rank 2, because I've been running this path for a while now with Ghost at rank 2, and she was, don't get me wrong, I mean, she was really great at rank 2, but it's really nice with Ghost at rank 3, man. Especially, you know, like this is pretty much like how she hits when there's not the minus 40% of the tech variation in the global. So I'm very excited to see how she does on this path when like there's plus 40% tech. Like it's probably going to be like insane, man. Like definitely one special 2 is going to end the fight. But yeah, dudes, one more fight on this path is another linked node here, because I was a very impatient boy again. I wasn't going to wait for Brian to finish streaming to unlink me, even though I'm still awake right now at 5 a.m. so as I'm editing this, but I'm going to go in with Corvus here, and I'll tell you why I'm going in with Corvus. My idea here, my plan, was I'm going to go in with Corvus, do as much damage as I can, hopefully build up to a special 2. If I die, no big deal, I don't really care, it's my last fight, but I want to go in with Corvus first, because I find Corvus to be better with this linked node up than Ghost, and that's because, you know, you'll see that word glancing come up a couple times, and when you see glancing, that means that the crit doesn't land. Alright, now real quick, let's stop talking for 1 second, let's watch this. So I go in, he evades, and I instinctively dash back, and I get clipped by the special 1, and that's why you don't fight linked, boys and girls, so keep that in mind. But anyway, I go in with Corvus first. I do this pretty much every single day this week. I always fight this linked pretty much, unless we get to it before Brian starts his stream. And the reason why I go with Corvus first is because I find that he almost never glances when I could hit them when they're parried. Now, I've been getting really good crit RNG with Ghost here against the Spider-Man, but as you can see, like right there, that little medium did not crit because it glanced, and thankfully that entire special 2 crit. So we've had some really good crit RNG for the most part. One more special 2, and this AQ week, the entire week, is over for me, dude. Yeah, just pretty much bait out, get a little parry there, and then toss off the special 2, and that's gonna be it, man. That's just that's pretty much a wrap on my AQ week. So yeah, dudes, that was what do you call it, caltrops in section 1, buffed up in section 2, and can't touch this in section 3. This was my final score, and big shout out to Henach here, man. I think he took both thing mini bosses, and he hadn't even started his section 3 path yet, so his score is going to be probably around 10 million for the last day. The dude is really awesome. He takes a lot of mini bosses in AQ, man. The first week that we had those epic modifiers on day 1 when we had Sayeth Doom, and that thing was like a nightmare, he he timed out against that thing mini boss for about 3 freaking hours, man. And that, like, straight, 3 hours straight in section 2. And that was when we had the 5-minute timers for that week too. So that guy is just an absolute MVP, really great guy, and an amazing teammate, and a fantastic player too. So really great dude all around. So big shout out to Heenach for doing so much for us in AQ. Yeah, dudes, that was AQ. We, as you know, real quick, man, just, you'll notice that I hadn't even mentioned Sayeth Doom once the entire video. And that's because it's pretty much like, it's non-existent now, basically. You know, the way it is now is that if you bring in a Fantastic Four member, every 45 seconds you have to do one prompt. And the prompts are very basic. It's parry, it's dodge a hit, it's use a special attack, and it is intercept. Those are 4 actions you're going to be completing without even thinking about it. So you can just bring along your Fantastic Four member, any of them, Invisible Woman, Reed, Thing, or Human Torch, put them on your team, put it in the back of your mind, and just go through your paths like normal. I brought Human Torch today, and when I didn't bring Human Torch, I brought Quake for all other 4 days of the week, and I took some of those Thing mini bosses as well. And yeah, dudes, but that's gonna be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do me a favor and leave your boy a like. Comment what you thought about that hysterical Human Torch versus Thing fight. And let me know if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see some more AQ videos from me in the future. I'm more than happy to make some more full runs. I actually did have a pretty good time making this. And subscribe if you want to see some more content coming to you very soon. I'll be seeing you around.